hi everyone. It's great to see you on this lovely Monday morning. It's the 1st of February, so that happens to be my birthday. So if you'd like to sing or shout out a big greeting now, here's your opportunity. You've got 5 seconds. Thank you very much. That was very, very kind. And the flowers can be delivered later, and the chocolates and the gifts. You know how to track me down. So it's my birthday today, and we say that expression, don't we? Happy birthday. But the actual day of my birth was one of mixed emotions, and I want to tell you why. And I want to encourage you and tell you that in the middle of every situation that we can't understand or make any sense of, good can come out of it. Even with what we're going through right now, bear that in mind. Even in all of the muddle, even in all of the confusion, even in all of the questions, good can come out of this season that we're in. And so I've proved that in my own life. And so 1st of February 1969 was a snowy Saturday morning. My mum had been in hospital for 4 or 5 days with high blood pressure, and the time had come when a baby was going to make her grand appearance. My dad was still at home. Apparently he was fixing a car, and so someone had to go run in for him to say, you need to get to the hospital. And he stood down the corridor pacing back and forth, no doubt knowing that his wife was giving birth. And so at 11:20 on this particular Saturday morning, I made my appearance. And I never do things in half measures, as some of you already know. And there was some measure of panic. You've got a beautiful baby girl, however, there's a problem. And I was quickly whisked away to another department to be checked thoroughly, because this little baby was born with just one hand. And so I was checked from head to toe to see if there's any other defects or any other problems. And as far as we know, everything else is present and correct. But I don't have a left arm from just below the elbow. And this is how it's been for all of these years. And that is absolutely fine. But put yourselves in that scenario where my mum had just given birth to this baby. Everyone hopes for a baby with 10 toes and 10 fingers and everything to be perfect. And what if that situation is not perfect? What if all your hopes are dashed and all of your dreams fall into the ground? And yes, you've got a baby, but there's a problem. And what will other people think? Don't forget, it wasn't so many years prior that thalidomide had been around in the UK, that morning sickness drug that had caused deformities, and people then were going to think that the same had happened to my mum. She was feeling a weight of guilt and disappointment and sadness, balanced with happiness and joy to have had their first child. 6 weeks later, at an Easter service, my mum had the most amazing experience. While she sat there, they sang a beautiful old Easter hymn, and she began to realise that the guilt that she was carrying was misplaced, completely false guilt. She hadn't done anything wrong, and God took away that guilt. And I had the most incredible parents growing up, and they have loved and nurtured me and helped to make me to the person that I am today. There was a nurse on duty that morning whose name was Gwen. And the moment I was born, she was the midwife who actually delivered me. She was a wonderful, wonderful Christian lady. A number of years before we moved to Cornwall to live, we've been here nearly 15, so this must be 16, 17 years ago, I met Gwen. It was the most moving and emotional experience for me. I went to do a talk at a ladies group at a church in Neath, just a mile from where I was born, and I was early, so I was chatting with some ladies sitting around a table, and I said, hello there, I'm Sarah, it's nice to meet you, I've come to do a talk tonight. And they each introduced themselves, and then the lady to my left, she said, I'm Gwen, she says, and we've met before. I said, oh, have we? She said, yes, because I was the midwife who delivered you. And that moment, she said, I prayed to God for you, and I prayed that this sad situation would be turned around for good. And I prayed that your life would make a difference wherever you go. And I prayed that your life would be like a story that people could read. Whiz the clock forward 52 years, And the prayers of that wonderful Christian midwife that morning have been answered. That's not to say that I haven't had struggles through my childhood and through my teenage years and into my adult years. And it's not to say I still don't have the odd niggle, the odd struggle. There are things that are tricky for me to do. There are emotions I still have to deal with from time to time. So it's not to say everything has been perfect, because it hasn't. And my body isn't perfect, and neither is yours. But what I do know for sure is that in Psalm 139 it says that I was knit together in my mother's womb, that God had his eye on me, he never took his eye off me, and I am made on purpose and with purpose. And would I change it? Would I like to have two hands? Well, two hands would be a novelty. I don't know quite what I would do with two. One is necessity, two would be absolutely luxury. Then I would be able to use a dustpan and brush. Then I would be able to wear more jewellery. And then I would be able to use a pepper grinder when I go to a restaurant. But are those things essential? I don't think. So would I change it? Would I change the person that I am? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't change it for anything. I am the one that God made this way, and I give him thanks today on my birthday. I celebrate my life. I celebrate the joy of being alive, and I celebrate the fact that I have met you, and we are now taking this journey of life together in these crazy, crazy times. So the things that we can't make sense of, the things that we can't understand, do you know what? When we ask God for his help, he can turn it around and bring good out of every situation. That's the moral of the story. And also today is mine and Glenn's 29th wedding anniversary. So we've got an awful lot to celebrate on this one special day. So thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being there. Thank you that together we can see things that don't make any sense turn around for good. So please take care today. Look after yourselves. I'm sending lots and lots of love your way. Bye for now.